Sanibonani, Timalana, Shane, Shapuzet, it's your boy King SMS Zute, Jonas Nyagato. Welcome to the first episode of TTT, the Triple T, Theatre Talk Thursday. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, with Theatre Talk Thursday, we're talking all things theatre. And then just to also look at what's happening in the theatre space, especially this coming weekend. Oh, it's going to be an interesting weekend, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a Vaal Theatre Week. Vaal Theatre Week. I mean, if you know it's a Theatre Week, that's happening at TX Theatre. So you'll know that now it has transformed and went to a different spaces. So now we've got a Vaal Theatre Week. This is the second annual. It's starting today on the 7th until the 9th of November. It's going to be an interesting one. We've got amazing shows. So guys, it's going to be an interesting lineup, right? So we've got Unlearning Still, written and performed by the recent Standard Bank Young Artist of 2024, which is Momo Matsunyana, directed by Kucho Green. Unlearning Still is a show about, it's a show that look at things like depression, anxiety, abuse as well, like especially women abuse, gender-based violence. So it is set so what Momo is doing in Unlearning Still. So we're looking at this character called Angel, who's a comedian, so she ukwazi ukuthi depression yakhe ne-anxiety yakhe and all these things, mental health issues. So it's basically based on mental health. So all the mental health that Angel, the character, is dealing with, she's able to cover it through laughter, through comedy, through making people laugh. So it's just a story that really reflect back to us as people, to say sometimes the people that makes us laugh are actually going through something inside bona. They are making us laugh, but bona, who makes them laugh bona? So it's one of the best theatre show that I've seen. It's a beautiful one-hander, well performed, man. Momo is going through it, all these characters, such an amazing characters, different characters that she gets to portray. She's playing, man. It's a beautiful piece of art, with Kucho them. I putting in some physical theater, nice things there in terms of physicality, in terms of this character, in terms of the storytelling as well. So if you love beautiful storytelling, if you love beautiful performance, if you love satire, I'll say go and watch Unlearning Still. It's happening in it's part of the Vaal Theatre Week, which is starting today until the 9th. And then another show that is part of Vaal Theatre Week, it's Lina, written and directed by Mkolisi Masilela the Great. So Lina is also another show which I watch. I saw Lina won a Standard Bank Ovation Award in National Art Festival 2024. And when I saw it, for me, it's amazing. It's a piece that speaks about spirituality, about tradition, about culture, about our ancestors, and I think for me it's beautiful. It's a beautiful narration narrative of how UX Mkolisi is able to tell a beautiful story about ancestral journeys and about ancestors, right? About name, the naming of the child. What does naming means, and how, and what does our names means to us, and what happens if two people, maybe Mawako and Babako, are giving you two names that represent different things. And also for me, it makes me ask a question, Noguti, do we live in our names? So my name is Pilangezi Ngumalo, and every time when I tell people about my name, they always say, oh, what a beautiful name. Now so now it's like, now I'm carrying this name that I was given by my mother. So now I need to live by it, because when the parents give you the name, they are giving you this name to say, live with it. This is how you should live. So Lina is speaking on this kind of themes. So I think it's important for people who love storytelling, but also who love thought-provoking theatre, to actually get to check Lina. So Lina is also part of Vaal Theatre Week. And then another show that's part of Vaal Theatre Week is Fatherhood. So Fatherhood is a recent winner of Zwagala Festival 2024. It speaks about the fatherless nation. It speaks about boys who grow up without fathers, and what it means, what is the importance of fatherhood, and what is the importance of living with your father, or what is the importance of ukuba nobaba mawukhula. How does that impact ingane yomfana, but also ukungabi nobaba mawukhula, how does that impact ingane futhi. So fatherhood speaks on that. It's written by Mark Nzova and then directed by Archie Matitela. So check it out. Also, it's part of Vaal Theatre Week. And then another show that is part of Vaal Theatre Week is a show that won 2022 Zwagala Festival called Blacksmith. So I saw Blacksmith in its own development and as part of Zwagala Festival, and then it won Zwagala. It went to run at the Market Theatre. So I got to see it and I got to see the development of it. Also, another show that is a thought-provoking piece. It's a one-hander by Mahavata, Thabo Ramain, written and performed by Thabo Ramain, aka Mahavata, directed by Lonwabo Bele. Blacksmith speaks about, so Blacksmith speaks out, questions our identities, right? For me, this is my own interpretation of Blacksmith. So Blacksmith says there are people who like us, right, who are black, but then what is the importance of you being black? What is the importance of your blackness? But also to say, njengomuntu omnyama, mina mangikhuluma isiZulu njengomuntu omnyama okhuluma isiZulu, what does that mean? But also uma ngikhuluma isingisi, what does that mean? And a lot of people are living ngezinto abayithathe from the white origins. So khona abantu abathi amadlozi amadimoni, but then they say, okay, let's asikhonzeni uJesu. So they izinto zabo, people don't love their things, like black people don't love izinto zabo, but they love izinto ongezone zabo, izinto that comes from white people. So Blacksmith is questioning that. Is questioning the being black and the blackness and the authenticity of being black. So if you like thought-provoking theater, go and check out Blacksmith. And then another show that is part of Vaal Theatre Week is called Chasing Laughter, which is written by Monageng Vice Motsabi and directed by Isaac Sithole. And then another one, we've got The Secret Power by Mthokozi Sebele, mentored by Mpho Mulepo. And then we're gonna close with Ikwa Baba, which is written by Usabelo Makubo. So if you can see, some of these three shows I didn't do any reviews because I've never seen them. So it's also interesting for me to say, so I've seen some of these shows that are part of the Vaal Theatre Week, but I haven't seen these others. So I think it's a mixture of also new work, when you're looking like the Secret Power and the Chasing Laughter. These Nikwa Baba, these are shows by young people, okay? By young people, by young theatre makers, by emerging theatre makers who are really interested in telling black stories. So if you really love black theatre, black stories of our people, stories of our own origin, Vaal Theatre Week is a place to go. So Vaal Theatre Week is happening from the 7th, which is today, until the 9th at Edorato Art Center in Sebokeng, Zone 14. Ticket per show is 80 rand, but if you want to watch the entire thing, all day pass is 250. So make sure that you get your ticket at Web Ticket, or you can extra check Luthando Art Academy on social media just to check it out. So Vaal Theatre Week is proudly presented by Ukahleko Dlamini in collaboration with Luthando Art Academy. So please make sure that you take yourself and your friends and your family, go straight to Sebokeng Zone 14 and watch some Vaal Theatre Week this weekend. So when you move right along, goes straight to the State Theatre. The State Theatre is giving us some nice things this week again. So we've got a street taxi named Desiree, written and directed by Opet Mutaungi. It is exciting also because this is a new work, has never been done. So it's asked the question, right? So it's opening tomorrow, but so it's starting today. It's opening tomorrow. Tomorrow is the official opening night. It's gonna run until the 24th of November. And what's interesting is that I haven't seen it, and I can't wait to actually see it so that I can give a best review of it. But what it says, imagine Ujesu comes back. And then when he comes back, he get himself in a taxi rank, maybe say pre or say MTN rank or say para, and then ukibele taxi So what kind of stories will you get there? What kind of stories will you hear in the taxi? So we're looking at some sketches that are built inside the taxi, things that are happening in the taxi. So at a street taxi named Desri is happening at the State Theatre. Please make sure that you check it out. I think it is 150 rand. It's happening at Busiso Quinana Theatre. Another interesting thing that's happening at the State Theatre this week, actually on the 8th of November, which is tomorrow, 7 p.m. Zimkita Kumbacha, one of the best multi-talented storyteller. Zimkita Kumbacha is doing the Black Enigma tour. So it's a musical, the musical performance. If you love Afro Soul, if you love R&B, check it out. 250 tickets. That one is happening at Malombo Theatre. Right. So we're gonna move right along. Oh, another thing, guys. So Theatre has been doing this festival called Kucheza Festival. So it's last week, this weekend. So check it out, Kucheza Festival. There's some amazing shows that are happening there. So if you love dance, storytelling, go and check Kucheza Festival at the State Theatre in Pretoria. When we're moving right along, we go to the Chopek Theatre, and then Chopek Theatre, if you know, at that time, the pantomime. It's the pantomime week, the pantomime time. So pantomime is running. It has started. It's gonna run until December. So if you want your kids to see some theatre, or you want to take your family, like a family gathering, take them, go to the Chopek Theatre, check in some pantomime, The Beauty and the Beast. So it's happening at the Chopek Theatre. And then the Soweto Theatre, amazing thing happening at the Soweto Theatre this weekend. Actually, on the 8th of November, Utabiso Mhlongo is doing a Tabiso Mhlongo's comedy wish list. So it's going to have some amazing comedians there. Hops will be there, Mbalikutas will be there, Waziunen will be there, Tendo Museta will be there, and Baxter Navalim will be there, and so much more comedians. So if you love comedy, if you wanna get lit, or you just wanna laugh, make sure that you take yourself to the Soweto Theatre on the 8th of November. 200 rand tickets. The show is starting at 7 p.m. Yeah. So when you move right along with it, we go straight to Cape Town. So Cape Town, so if you know about theatre, there is a space called Magnet Theatre in Cape Town. It's a space that develops young people. So it's a space for development for young theatre makers to actually to be developed and into becoming like a household in the theatre space. So a Magnet Theatre, I have a youth company that is form of like young people who are in a journey of discovering in terms of making theatre. So they're having a show. It's called Manje and Epic. I'm not sure if I'm spelling it right. I might be reading in Zulu, but maybe it's called Manje, but it's like Manje and Epic. You can just see here. You're gonna see how it's written. So it is performed by the Magnet Theatre Youth Company. It is directed by the great legendary Mark Fleischman, and then music is by Neo Muyanga. Actually, so this is one of the research that this is one of the PhD research that Mr. Neo Muyanga has been working on. So then he collaborated with the Magnet Theatre Youth Company to put this show into its existence. So he's also working with Jenny, the amazing Jenny Resnick, and Nwenya Kwambe to help with text. And then it's performed by the Magnet Theatre Youth Company and the Nwenya and Jenny Resnick. And then another one, beautiful one. This is one of the interesting one for me as well. It's happening this week, guys. The legendary writing by Ken Temba. The Suits is being reimagined. It's back at the Theatre on the Square in Sentin. So The Suits is written by Ken Temba and Pani Simon, but this is also reimagined by Motobi Mutlotse. I'm not sure if I'm spelling this. I'm saying the surname correct. But guys, come on, like if I'm saying it wrong, I'm very sorry. But it's Motopi Mutlotse. So it is directed by another Standard Bank Young Artist winner of 2020, the great, the visionary J Fasin, J Bobs Shabalala. The Suit is happening at Theatre on the Square in Sentin. But here's an amazing thing about The Suit. So The Suit has brought two legendary actors who were part of the original cast of The Suit. Silo Make Kangube, the legendary Brasilo, and then the legendary Prajob kupatsi. Then base bethi spice nyana la, bathi spice nyana. So Brasilo Make Kancube is playing his role vele nje ka Filmoni, and then base bethi spice balanda the greatest Tirileto Nkoane who's playing Umatilda. And then last but not least, we've got Lebohang Mutaunge who's bringing in his source as well to make this 4 beautiful, amazing studded cast to reimagine the suit at the Theatre on the Square. So the suit started running from the 30th of November, or from the 30th of October. So it's running until the 16th of November. So make sure that you get it. Make sure that you go to the Theatre on the Square and check it out. Shows are happening at 7 p.m. And then some of the shows weekend opening at 3. So just go to the Theatre on the Square, check Theatre on the Square on the website or social media, and then check your ticket. Get your ticket, go to the Theatre on the Square in Sentin to check out the reimagining of the suit. Right. So ladies and gentlemen, that's what's happening in the theatre world this weekend. Also, again, so because this is the first episode, we're not going to be reviewing a lot of shows until we start watching this show. So I'm asking people to go and watch all these shows that we've mentioned, and some of the shows that we might not have been mentioned that you know that are happening. If you know there's any show that's happening that I didn't mention, please drop it there in the comments so that we know what's happening this weekend. But also, please make sure that you check at least one theatre show this weekend, and then we can, especially the ones that I've mentioned. And then next week on our next episode, we're going to be reviewing some of these shows that are happening, and also telling you what's happening in the theatre space next week. So ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ep1 TV, so that you can get more of these. Ladies and gentlemen, every weekend it's theatre weekend. Every weekend is theatre. Please make sure that you watch some South African theatre. And also, again, everyone who's out there making theatre, please make sure that you come to this, you come to here, and then you drop what you're doing. You tell us what's happening in the theatre space, so that we know, so that we can be able to review it, to come here and to actually tell the people that this was happening in the theatre space. So this episode is this show is all about making sure that we're giving spotlight to theatre, because a lot of people don't really give spotlight in theatre. They don't know what's happening in theatre. So here on Theatre Talk Thursday, we're giving spotlight to theatre. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy King SMS Zwide, and this is Ep1 TV, and this show is called Theatre Talk Thursday. I hope you're going to create one. I hope you're going to check one or 2 or 3 theatre shows this weekend, and then make sure that you come and then we talk about it. You tell us what do you think, what's happening, what do you think about the theatre show in South Africa. We're still going to have some amazing conversation with a lot of people, a lot of theatre makers. So stay tuned. Make sure that you subscribe. Also, please make sure that you click that notification button, so that you're going to get more videos every time. You're going to be the first one to see our videos. Also, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you like, you share, and you comment. And tell everyone, tell the entire world, tell your people and your friends that we've got Ep1 TV, and we've got Theatre Talk Thursday happening every Thursday right here on Ep1 TV on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. See you on the next episode of TTT Theatre Talk Thursday with your boy King SMS. Danko means thank you. Let's continue watching theatre. Let's continue supporting South African theatre. Let's continue making sure that we're telling South African authentic stories. Yes, let's.